Hey everyone, welcome back to Sajguru's Talk. So we covered that first example pretty well in the previous video. There is another example of FCFS scheduling algorithm. So let's get started. So here there are 5 different type of processes: P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, and in the problem they are given appropriate arrival time and burst time. We know that FCFS is a non-preemptive scheduling algorithm. Means what? After a process begins execution, it continues until it finishes. So the first step is we need to arrange all the processes based on its arrival time. Already the problem is in the sorting order only. Second step is we need to prepare the Gantt chart. We know that a Gantt chart is a visual representation of execution order of all the processes. So here there are 5 different type of processes. At 0th time P1 arrives. So P1 arrives first at 0 millisecond and executes for what? How many seconds? 3 milliseconds. Now P2 arrives at 2 milliseconds, but P1 is still executing and P2 starts execution at 3 milliseconds and execute for 2 milliseconds. So 3 plus 2 is 5. P3 actually arrived at 4 milliseconds but must wait for P2 to finish. So P3 start is executed at 5 millisecond and executes for 1 millisecond. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Now P4 as usually it has to arrive at 5 but must wait for P3 to finish it. After that it executes for 5 milliseconds. Now P5 arrives at 11 milliseconds and executes for how many milliseconds? 8 milliseconds. So P5 completion time is 11 plus 8, which is 9. Now, we know that the completion time can be calculated of the P1 from the right side of the Gantt chart. So P1 completion time is 3 milliseconds. P2 completion time is 5 milliseconds. P3 completion time is 6 milliseconds. Likewise, P4 completion time is 11 milliseconds and P5 completion time is 19 milliseconds. Now, the step 3 is about to calculate the turnaround time. We know that turnaround time is a differentiation between completion time minus arrival time. So, the completion time of P1 is 3 minus 0, which is equal to 3. The completion time of P2 is 5 minus 2, which is 3. P3 6 minus 4, which is 2, and P4 11 minus 5, which is 6, and P5 19 minus 6, which is 13. In the step 4, we are going to calculating the waiting time. A waiting time can be defined as the differentiation between turnaround time minus burst time. Now we calculated the waiting time of all the processes. After calculating the waiting time, now it is a time to calculate the averages. So average turnaround time is the summation of TAT by the number of processes, here 5, which is 5.4 milliseconds, and average waiting time, the summation of waiting time divided by number of processes, which is 1.6. Okay, so this is about the FCFS. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos.